Liquid, winning some improbable rounds as well, some rounds they frankly shouldn't have with lesser buys, with force buys. I think there was one with just the single AK and pistols around it. They kept the hurting onto Liquid, and a big part of it was having a lot of success in the early engagements around the window fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Slump was a big part of that success, right? He continues to get opening frags. He was just winning those duels in the early goings of the rounds, and he finished with 23 frags on the board. So I think, more of that for Fluffy AIMERS will be important for sure. And right here, they're going to need a lot of openers coming through from him on their T side, as that's where they're going to start off once more. And we're seeing here on the pistol round, they're charging on through. This was critical for Liquid's success yesterday. We talked about it. The 2 pistol round victories on Ancient made the difference, and well, we'll see if they can do that again here as Naf gets the opener onto Slump. 5v4 in favor of Liquid and immediately deleted his twist as they're trying to wrap around CT, and it's working for Fluffy AIMERS.
It is indeed. JKS, though, will collect 1. The Bomb's fighting forward. They're not going for the plant. They might have missed this opportunity. Now they're just going to fight into Naf, and he's getting a reload in. Oh, my goodness. How has he stayed alive? Marky will eventually find that kill, but the window on the bomb plant might have just been lost. JKS wary not to give this up. Going to readjust here. Marky's not just trying to get the plant. He's trying to win the round. And he has spotted, but he's unable to find the frag. That's a huge missed opportunity from Fluffy AIMERS. They got uncomfortable on the site. It would have been a tough one for sure, but in giving it up, that's a lot of money lost.
I kind of understand their discomfort, though, because there's a player in CT, there's probably a player donut, so you don't really feel like there's a safe plant spot in position, so you have to try and take a fight, and that's why they lean towards CT, but they don't win that cleanly, and afterwards Marky's stuck in a 1v2, just unable to clutch it out. So, I mean, yeah, tough circumstances for them, and Liquid do manage to secure the pistol round, so it's a good start for them again here on Ancient up against the Fluffy AIMERS, and Team Liquid are going to get 4 MP9s and the A1S, trying to farm the money here up against what will be a full-on eco aside from a Deagle purchased up by News. Ultimate, getting a little aggressive here, likes to take these early fights. He will be backing off. He's just trying to bait them into the fight. And I mean, neither one is biting here. It seems like Ultimate wants to try and get aggressive once more. And he peeks around the corner, managed to do a lot of damage, but still no frags.
Wants to make some money, Yeah. Ops aren't cheap. And what better way to farm them up than against Glocks? There we go. There's that engagement. There's Ultimate finding his kill. And Twist will follow it up. It's all SMGs all the way so far. We saw this from Liquid yesterday as well. They like the heavy MP9 buy, and they will keep all 5 alive. So I don't think there's going to be any change to this investment. And the question becomes, how do you condense the fight? We saw it yesterday, John. It was both a success and a vulnerability for Liquid. They like to go for that very deep mid and B control simultaneously, but it left the opportunity on A. And I'm curious if Fluffy AIMERS is going to try and take advantage of that. Look at this.
I think
they're going straight A.
Yeah, it's such a good call. It's such a good call because you have the 2 players down mid, 3 on B in fact, and everyone is charging into the A site. If they continue to charge forward, they should be able to get that plant down very cleanly. I mean, Liquid's not even going anywhere near Donut at this point. They're actually pushing more forward in towards bottom mid. Now, finally, a player's in the Donut. A Fluffy AIMERS should be able to get to this bomb site.
They're a little bit earlier into this, but not a ton. And that's the one rifle now dropped on down from the hands of JKS. It should be retrievable. Try and deny the bomb plant. That can't happen. Ultimate's past that molly. Oh, it spreads and ticks. He still gets 1.
Wow.
Keeping this to the 3-on-3. It's got legs to it. So the re-smoke in towards Donut will make life difficult. There's a flashbang to get out. Smoke to provide some space, but Liquid don't seem to fancy it. They got cold feet. They're going to give this up. Very conservative save here.
Yeah.
Wait for the next.
Not sure. I guess to punish makes sense, right? On the tail end here, if they can get those guns out of the hands of Fluffy AIMERS, it's upgrades, AKs available to them. That would be worth saving if they can grab them. If they can't grab them. Okay. So the 2 MP9s and the M4 carry through. The reason I was like, well, you don't necessarily have to go for that, is because they had a buy up in their back pockets. That was technically the bonus round. I also see the logic of keeping that economy healthy, though, on CT side, especially in the early going. This is a little different from when we criticized them yesterday for not going for that retake later on in the half, because it would have led to you could have prevented overtime in that case, and you had the money. But here, good to keep it healthy, right?
And it's as much about destabilizing Fluffy Aimers as well, right?
Yes.
Jumping around there a little bit. But it's about, making sure no one really survived. So you can see the cash. It's just News who makes it through. Woo! And now you got an up for ultimate. What? Oh, boy. He's found the second as well. Jake has to kill elsewhere. The utility hits them off, but the presence is coming this way. Ultimate ambitious stepping up into that fray, but the bomb now dropped on down. Everything left to Jason.
Oh.
Well, on the first, but there's a whole lot more to do. That's not going to happen. Can the AWP be retrieved? Yes. Yes, it can. Beautiful round for Liquid. Massively capitalizing on the damage they've done in the previous.
And of course, it makes the saved guns even more important, because they built up their economy pretty strongly because those guns were saved and we were able to utilize them. I think even an SMG frag came through, so an extra $600 to bolster it even further. And they saved the AWP. Great work from Ultimate, though. I mean, we have to talk about him just going down towards ramp, flicking, making it look easy. Honestly, it wasn't, because of his position. He was kind of exposed, but he still hits the shot, then re-peaks it for a blisteringly fast follow-up, and then, well, Liquid are able to get the third because of his performance, and that is good to see from him. Naf gets flashed out here. Okay, he should be able to see Jason once the smoke fades. Jason's just hiding in that smoke for now. And Ultimate's in a tough spot. The plant will come through. Liquid exposing that A site because of their aggression into mid, so Fluffy Aimers build up some money and at least get one frag. I don't know if they'll get more than that, though.
I mean, regardless of what happens here, this is a successful round. That is just News. Position known, should not have a chance here. That was maybe a little overly ambitious. The AWP should be retrieved.
Whoa.
But an extra casualty. So, hi, that's a really successful round for Fluffy Aimers.
Yes.
Bomb plant, 2 kills off of what they brought in. Great. Still, we've seen the Liquid stumble against those rounds in the past. Good on them to not let it get out of hand.
Curious. I want to see if Liquid adapt here and send someone to A. Because if they don't, and I'm the Fluffy Aimers, I immediately push A every round. Okay, well, they do adjust. They've put one player anchoring down A. It's Yakindar. In fact, I say anchoring. That's not the right description, because he's charging through into A main. Twist actually at the bottom of mid finds Jason as well. And look at the information Yakindar has now. I mean, he sees a player firing in his direction, so he has to be careful, but still.
Okay, Slump got on the angle. I was going to say they need to actually accelerate in towards B. They knew the AWP was out cave, so they knew there was an opportunity here. On the smoke fade, huge shot from News, but the trade is instant. Slump's totally isolated. He has to go back for this bomb. And Brett's trying to link up with him, but... Oh, Brett's going to get caught trying to sell a little bit of a lurk. We saw this in the 2VXs before. Brett would kind of try and provide the distraction, put his life on the line, and while his life is forfeit, he hasn't necessarily bought the space he was hoping for. It is just Yeki here. As Slump punches the numbers in, he will be allowed the opportunity, but no escape. No way off of it. AWP retrieved. Time aplenty for the defuse. And Liquid keep it rolling.
One thing I liked in that round for Liquid that we weren't seeing much yesterday is the spacing and positioning was very strong to ensure trades would come through. I mean, the second trade that happened there from JKS as his teammate, I think it was Naf, went down, was critical, because if you don't get that, and the Fluffy Aimers have a much cleaner path in towards that B site, instead it's only one player left in Slump, and he's unable to do anything except get that bomb plant. So 5-1 in favor of Liquid. Fluffy Aimers, I mean, looking at the money, a half buy certainly possible, and they're going to invest into that with 4 pistols and the MAC-10. Body armor for everyone, but head armor only for 2, so they'll see how that has an impact on them moving into this round. A couple of AKs for Liquid saved over from probably a couple of rounds ago at this point. There's a little bit of information gained. I think Yakindar probably heard that. He's coming around the corner, ready to fire. Good flashbang. Storm, but he gets nothing. That's a free M4 as well. Ultimate does connect onto 1, but the nade doesn't really do much damage. Actually, excuse me, it does. He gets Marky, And now Ultimate is gone.
Oh,
Brett
boy.
finds a 2K. This is getting very, very troubling.
Oh, boy. They're in trouble now. Slump's got an off. Bomb goes down, but the trade's there. It comes down to the clutch. JKS, what you going to do? Nade to harass to Harry. To force Slump back, but he's come looking for it. He's got the headshot as well. The kid could clutch. And that's a hell of a round for the Fluffy Aimers to get on the board. Liquid. They had the numbers in the right place. They had the read. They had the early information. They could not capitalize.
I mean, Brett, though, with the 2K, you can't understate how important that is. Just running with the Tech 9, getting 2 headshots, giving the Fluffy Aimers that opening in towards the B site, and then the second round delivered thanks to Slump's clutch. And I mean, this time in a 1v2, a lot more doable. And of course, the op picked up off the ground helped him immensely. Still enough money for Liquid to buy up into this one, but yeah. Let's see if they can keep it going on the Fluffy Aimers side. Oh, nice opener from News. Yeah.
That's a brutal entry. The cave player just totally caught off. Nothing to do into this one now. They're going to shift their focus to the other side of the map. It's JKS tucked in.
It's a good spot. I like this angle.
Hard to get out of, though, if they bring numbers. And numbers they shall bring. Dink onto the second, nearly a kill. But it does set up the opportunity for the A-take. If there's a smoke for Donut. No, they're going to try swing it, but Ultimate still can't connect. And with that, this could just be over. It's a 2-on-3. There's still prime opportunity. There's a kid on twists, but Naf is very far afield if they're going to go for this retake, and he's not fancying it.
Unbelievable. It's happening again. Liquid, the gaps in their defense are being exploited by the Fluffy Aimers. I mean, you're right. That angle from JKS, if you don't get a 2K and you only are able to get that one frag, it's not necessarily worth it, but you saw how close he was to catch them off guard enough just to convert it.
It's a decidedly a cheeky one. But, tough angle to get out of. And I think what he might have been expecting is a lot of the time Fluffy Aimers have kept one lurk on that side of the map to sort of explore and probe things. I don't think it was a bad raid. I don't think it was a bad decision, but
No.
risk for sure. And Liquid are watching Fluffy Aimers claw these rounds back. Remind me, John, what was that first half scoreline on
6-6.
There you go. Back on route, perhaps, for the Aimers.
Yep. Very well could be. I mean, I think even the Mirage second half was either 7-5 or 6-6 as well. I'll have to double check that one, but yeah.
6-6.
It was 6-6, yeah, you're right. Twists going for engagement here. He's already lost JKS. This mid hold is falling apart. I wouldn't even call it that. They just crumpled down to the ground. 5v2 in favor of the Fluffy Aimers. I mean, yes, it's just an eco round for Liquid, but still, they had the bodies there. And the damage, well, that's all they could do is damage on Jason and Marky.
I mean, they had the saved guns. They bet everything on that mid-aggression. Wanted to win out the elbow fight. Couldn't do so. Couldn't stop them. Fluffy Aimers. Nice bit of individual play off of Jason. That's all about bringing this through. This could be cheeky. Ooh, he's not being watched. He's just got a CZ.
Oh.
Wow. Walk right back in. Now he's got an op. Now he's got an op, and they're going to get the heck out of dodge. But for Liquid, that is a gift. That is an absolute present. The big green gun dropped right in their laps.
I mean, I would give that to Ultimate if I'm Yukindar at this point, but seems like they want to go in different directions. Ultimate, going to be hunting for another upgrade. But it will, I mean, the important thing for Fluffy Aimers is they are going to get the 4th round. That was an excellent take of mid. They were just getting all the frags. Jason in particular with the 2K doing so much damage and managing to absorb the bullets that came his way. Really impressive stuff coming through from them, and it was looking a little dire at the beginning. 5-1, didn't feel like they'd had the rhythm they were hoping for, and then they get 3 in a row.
Snaps around just in time to catch news. That could have been bad. Should be time enough. Oh. Close, but the op does live. And that'll be a nice gift over to Ultimate. This is where you want to put your foot down if you're Liquid. You've been kind of in weird positions with some of these buys, but there's no excuse for this one. And so the timeout will come out. Mither getting his words on in. Mid-aggression has been stymied these last couple of attempts. A is still proved to be a vulnerability, even as they try to shift players over. So how do you compensate?
Yeah, and one thing we didn't really talk about yesterday actually is Mither, the addition of him as the coach, right, replacing Zeus. And I think that Mither honestly is a great pickup. He did great things with Apex when he was part of that organization. So I think that he'll be able to help out this Liquid roster and bring them to the next level. Probably only going to see those results in maybe a month or two, kind of seeing them structure themselves a little bit better. But still, I think that overall, that is a solid addition. We'll jump into round number 10 now. See if that timeout yielded anything for Liquid, any adjustments that will come through. No one on A. I mean, look, again, if I'm Fluffy AIMERS, I'm trying to abuse that A site as much as possible, but it seems like they have other plans, and they're going to send 4 players towards the B site. Nade's going to sail in there from NAF. No one really challenging around mid. NAF could do a lot of damage here, and he's going to get 1, 2. No, it's actually Ultimate that gets a second. NAF falls. News finds that, but it's a 4v3 advantage for Liquid.
Look at the bodies they've already got on site, though. 3 players here ready for the fight. A tip-off from the cave. Unable to capitalize, but damage done. And confirmation that they're in a tough spot. They might need something out from Slump, but it's not really the gun you want on this flank. And if JKS holds his nerve, this should be a nightmare peak. No, he's ready. He's scoped up.
Wow.
And now they got to know. They got to know this is a really awkward spot. It kind of freezes up Yekindar. So it's basically a 2-on-2 on the site proper. That's a little unusual for Twists. And it falls to a 1v2. Ultimate, what can you do? Not enough. Slump the king of this one instead.
Wow. I was about to say earlier, Mike, that it's good to see Jason, News, getting in on the action, not necessarily needing to rely on Slump and Marky, but now Slump's activating. He's got 2 impressive rounds under his belt, leading the charge here in this recovery for the Fluffy AIMERS. And Marky's actually been a little bit slow, but yeah, it's great news to see that the rest of those guys can pull their weight if they need to and help the Fluffy AIMERS compete against Liquid. We're going to get the same kind of story as yesterday, it seems, at this point. Liquid, yeah, are having a lot of trials and tribulations here against Fluffy AIMERS. Ultimate's in a pretty good spot, aggressively pushed up into lane, right outside of Jaguar right now. I mean, he should just turn around and watch those double doors, and that's what he's going to do. Yekindar, perhaps sensing an opportunity that he can contribute here as well, pushing out towards mid. Needs to be careful because there's a player right around the corner at elbow.
Shots on for JKS. He's got the kill. Twist another.
Wow.
Liquid have mostly been on the receiving end of these pistol rounds, but this one's looking good. This one's looking fresh. They know it's an off in the hands of Slump, and he cannot get away. Clean as Marky left, wondering where all of his teammates went, as they have just disappeared, evaporated.
That is phenomenal for Liquid. I mean, yesterday, like you said, they were on the receiving end of those pistol round losses, I would say, on the other side in anti-eco situations, but this time they're on the eco, and they did have a rifle in play, the M4, but that wasn't even needed. It was the 2 pistols that did all of the damage, the CZ and the 5.7. And, well, Marky on a mission to save. 3 seconds left, has a fight on his hands, and he is going to lose it. A little bit messy there for him as Liquid finally get back to their winning ways after losing 4 in a row. Timeout called for the Fluffy AIMERS after that one.
Last round of the half, so they'll bet it all, but there's going to be some problems here. Liquid, that's got to feel good. It's exactly what you were talking about, though, John. The vulnerability towards A, reinforced, turns into the stat, turns into the strength, and Fluffy AIMERS not quite so ready for the adjustment.
No, not at all. I mean, who would be, right? Having all those bodies there. It was a good call from Liquid, right? They realized that the Fluffy Aimers had gone towards that site multiple times and abused it and managed to get those bomb plants right into their noses. So they said, okay, well, we're a little lighter in terms of hardware this time. Let's stack it up and see if they decide to go there again. And they absolutely do. And both players up close and personal like that, no chance Fluffy Aimers were ready for those fights. And you saw the results.
Nice entry there
Oh my
from Mark. He
goodness.
just catches twists out in the open. And now mid is free and clear. And look at the presence on A. They've got to adjust to it. So Naft is shifting over. AWP stuck on B here. That's big pressure on for these Liquid players. They're very isolated in mid and A.
Yeah, Ultimate's holding a different line though, so Naf might be able to slip out.
Well, he's out by the big box.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spot given the circumstances.
Tough against an AWP, though, and exactly that AWP on the other side is going to pluck him away. The range of the engagement just too strong. JKS, though, will give them a stronger position to play from the post. No about news. He had presence. He had a little bit of a skirmish here with Yeki. And so they have rerouted. They're wary that at any time this window peak could come through, but in the meantime, they can't contend with him. They need to deal with what's in front. They need to deal with this bomb. Comes the motion. Brett tucked in the corner with that Mac 10. Tough fight for him, but he's going to get one, maximizing the position. And now JKS is being flanked. Is he aware? No, not at all. Leaves it all to Ultimate. But Ultimate just going to have to go for the stick. The smoke went awry.
He's not going to find
The
it.
smoke went
Oh,
wrong.
he did?
But there's still a smoke up, and he might just get this. No! He pulls off. There's no time.
I don't understand the pull off in that situation. Just go for it, right? I mean, if you don't get the defusal, you're going to blow up, and if he kills you, then it doesn't matter anyway because you would have lost the round either way. Oh my goodness, there's nothing to save.
None of it matters now because we're going to half. We are back into the fun, into the action. It's all knotted up. Another repeat 6-6 half, as everyone has been between Fluffy Aimers and Team Liquid, as it was in their last matchup. So it shall be here once more, John. And once more, Team Liquid finding themselves going out A main into what looks to be an entirely empty site.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the case on both sides, right? On that CT sides on Ancient, there's a lot of emphasis on that B site and mid because of how vulnerable they are to quick pushes. But A is just as vulnerable, and you're going to see Fluffy Aimers have absolutely zero chance of getting a frag before this bomb is planted. And that's a good start already for Team Liquid on the pistol round. Again, we have to emphasize how important these pistol rounds are for Liquid because of how closely Fluffy Aimers have been playing against them on Ancient. Ooh.
Certainly the case. Yekindar gets a nice kill. Starts out the fun. They don't have to worry about that mid flank, and now he can get active, and bit by bit, they're peeling away these players for Fluffy Aimers. News? What on earth are you going to do? One way or another, he was going down, so he will find the barrel of Twist's gun. And we will see a lead again for Liquid right off the rip. Now, what I will say here, John, what I will say that's actually encouraging, if you're a... No, actually, it doesn't make sense. Liquid, I was going to say, Liquid won both pistols, I believe, in their last Ancient matchup, but I think they've now done this here as well. So it doesn't actually change the strength of the half. So ignore my point, John.
Okay.
Write it completely off. Forget it from your mind, just like Fluffy Aimers are likely going to want to forget this round, because it's just a USP round.
More than likely. I mean, look, they've already gambled wrong here. 4 players. I mean, I like the idea, like lining up like that into cave. It gives you a great opportunity at a frag if someone walks in that direction, but no one will. As Liquid are heading into the A site, it will be a free plant round victory. I think it's a write-off at this point, Mike, so we can continue talking forward about how Liquid needs to improve themselves against the Fluffy Aimers, especially on Ancient. I don't know if it's more so the Fluffy Aimers and Legacy that are giving them problems on this map, or if it's just that this map is a vulnerability for them. I say that, but Liquid struggled on every single map they played against Legacy yesterday, and even against the Fluffy Aimers on Mirage. Still, maybe Ancient is a vulnerability and it's throwing them off. Well, we'll have to see how this second half goes for them, if it yields much stronger performance than it did yesterday. Fluffy Aimers aren't going to give the kill bonus away for free here. They're going to go for a solid brawl into mid. 4 players charging down. Ultimate's probably dead. I don't think he survives if they push towards him. Yeah, Twist and Naf are watching, and okay. He's got support Twist and Naf, and Yekindar comes around from nowhere, gets the 3-piece. Brett dies to the bomb. No one falls for Liquid. All is well in an 8th round victory.
Not quite sure what Brett was trying to accomplish there. Maybe lock a player in toward the site, fake him out, psychological victory. Either way, it's a nice little collection for Yeki. A lot of money printed off of that MAC-10. We've seen Liquid are not shy about keeping the SMGs alive in the bonus rounds, and so they will do so once more. They got cash galore. Let's see if they can stack a 9th on the board. Fast playing towards mid for Jason. Flashbang's catching. He's going to back away. It's Ultimate instead, who finds his mark. They know a player's in the corner, and Jason's down for the count.
Wow.
So those MAC-10s maximized for sure. And now, bit by bit, it's all falling apart. He's just swapped. Oh. This gets bad. This gets real weird. Brett falters. Did find JKS before, but it's an absolute disaster for the Fluffy Aimers. One man against the world. Marquis hasn't had the monstrous game this time, and he's been pulled in by this utility, but Ultimate, but it's likely a feint. The bomb still needs to be retrieved, but Ultimate is instantly giving his ground, and while Marquis realized it, sussed it out, he's still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. No, but a great job by Ultimate, moving in towards mid, dealing out all the damage. Liquid just going for the straight brawl, and it works out beautifully for them. They need to grab the bomb here, which is why they're taking a little bit longer to get towards that B site. There it is. Picked up by Ultimate, scooped into his hands.
This X-ray might be misleading, but... Oh, he's just gone around the corner. I was going to say, for a good chunk of that, Marquis had an opportunity on the flank. Bomb's going to be down. Likely just going to save the gun. And Liquid, in their bonus round, will deny
What?
every possible save, get every upgrade they could want, take 3 rifles through to the next, and put themselves in pole position.
I mean, another great start to the half from them, as was the case in the first half, of course. And Nikindar around the corner with the MAC-10, mid-range, making it look easy with that headshot. And now, Fluffy Aimers deciding to go for, I want to say a half buy. Yeah, a half buy with 4 pistols and the MP9 coming through. Smoke as well, down at Twist's feet. Nikindar moves up. What a nade. News and Slump get taken down to around half health or below it. Liquid are again going for this all-out aggression towards mid.
Opener from Ultimate. Lots of damage dealt. Besides, despite this 3 stack on towards the site, they just really don't have the weaponry for it. So we're going to need some serious pistol headshotage. Nap collects on the first. Not anything more. That's a gun given up. Don't want to make it a second. There's a second. Hold on. Hold the phone.
What is happening here?
Vulnerabilities may be getting exploited. 2 rifles can be recovered. And now this game is going to be a little bit more tense here. They'll realize there's no one on A currently. Having spotted the player bottom of the elbow. So plant can be secure, though they're still going to dot their I's. Cross their T's. But with it ticking away with no kit, this should be a nightmare retake.
I mean, they need a very quick frag here, and I'd imagine that if they don't get it within the next 5 to 7 seconds, that they're going to fall off of this attempted retake. Although I say that, it feels like they're fully committing to it with that smoke. Yeah, I guess they're going to just push into the site, all 3 players at once, but again, no kit, so they have to get a move on very quickly. JKS could end this before it starts, and I think they're realizing, uh-oh, no kit, we got to back off. So yeah, there we go, they fall off. It doesn't work out, no frag found, and they will save what they've got. So a little bit scary for Liquid Mike, but it all works out.
Decidedly. And I mean, it's 2 rifles gifted over, right? So that's massively going to reinforce the economy here for Fluffy Aimers. It's a shot in the arm, but it's only a shot that matters if they can capitalize here. It's like a... Hold on. Let me think about this metaphor carefully before I deploy it. It's like a vaccine. It gives you the chance to build antibodies, but now they need to build those antibodies if they're going to have success going forward, if they're actually going to be resistant to the liquid virus.
Yeah, and I mean, oh, Brett,
oh
there
boy.
it is.
There you
Opener
go.
onto Ultimate, charging down mid. It's a great start for the Fluffy Aimers, even though, like, they still have money on 3 players. I think 3K for Marky and Jason, and News at 2K. So it will be okay for the biopsy. They lose this round, but they're not thinking about that. They've already got the opener. A little bit of space given to Liquid onto the B site, but there are 2-3 players lurking in the shadows. There's a beautiful shot from Slump. Naf finds the follow-up onto Marky, and Naf gets 2 back.
But they might not be aware about Brett. They might not be aware of Brett, and the bomb has to cross this way. The problem is JKS has walked out A. So now Twist has some options. How does he want to call this? How does he want to read this? He knows Naf is the last person to make noise. So what he's hoping is that that's drawn focus from the Fluffy Aimers, and that this cheeky unknown position from JKS is going to give them a prime opportunity here.
Oh my goodness, and Slump is thinking, is someone on A? Maybe not. He's backing off.
The thing is, they know that Naf hasn't rotated out of here, but they also know no one's joined him because Brett's been watching this entire time. So they're going to deal with the devil that they know, which is Naf. But that's exactly what Liquid were counting on. And that means the bomb's going to get planted for free here on A. Nothing that can be done about it from the Fluffy Aimers. And you're going to have a player on the other side of the map in a lurk in the post plant, which is just such a tricky situation to deal with.
Are they going to plant the bomb? It could be maybe Slump comes around the corner here. No, he's just going to hold the angle. So bomb gets planted. And again, Brett, what does he do, right? Because he realized there's still a player on this site. He's eventually going to try and fall off here. And Naf moves forward. So this is a snake in the grass for Liquid that could activate at a perfect moment. Oh, well, they're going to need him soon as Slump gets one, and the
Oh, boy.
follow-up.
He's
Naf,
too
the
far away.
only one left standing. Yeah, both pieces off the board for Liquid, and Naf, I don't think he's going to have any time. Nope.
He was just hoping they'd have to clear him out. They'd be looking for him. That was the only guarantee. He'll find one final kill to at least limit the eco going forward, but this is Fluffy Aimers now capitalizing. This is now a chance to make a game of this. Liquid, I think, had a lot of good ideas there, but maybe just a little slow to activate from Naf. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it, but obviously, you know, losing both players to the AWPer before Naf can really get in position. Not going to work out on the timing.
That was tough. That was a tough one. The Liquid, they've still got the AKs across the board and the full util to work with here, and they've already charged out towards that B site. 4 players in position to take fights. Fluffy Aimers got 3 on the other side. So we'll see how Liquid decide to deploy their util. Nice nade onto News, gets him down to half health. Liquid get a Molotov thrown into Jaguar as well. It feels like B will be the final destination. Ooh, a missed Molotov though, that's not going to help. Hamer stacking a couple players in cave, Mike.
This might be one more than they anticipate over on the Liquid side. Mid is less vulnerable as a result, but if Liquid commit to this... There's so much utility being dumped here that this is almost... It's almost too much for the Fluffy Aimers, right? Because you're seeing smokes, you're seeing mollies, you're seeing all this, and really they want Liquid to execute B. Fortunately for them, Liquid seems stubborn. They're going to come on through, but they're going to find the kills as well. The trade on the second cave player, it all falls to News. And he will capitalize. And Liquid bailing with 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Oh, this mid-fight is everything now.
There's no
but
one
Jason
there.
doesn't take it. Jason doesn't take that approach. He's wary of B instead, and so it's going to be about Slump. They don't have to cross him. The op's playing conservative. Well, he could rumble them, but instead he goes silent and he finds a kill. Oh, right over the box. What a shot from Twists. Looking to lock this down now. Crosshair on the right angle. And second player found to leave it into the clutch. Justin Savage up against News. And his position is unknown. News does not know where this is coming from. He's got a kit picked up. Doesn't have a smoke to guise this off. And he's so wary. JKS knows he's off the bomb. Nate to punish further. Knows he's still off of it. And one more peek, one more pull. Is there time?
No time?
I don't think so.
It's gonna
come to the wire. Right down to it. There it is! Just in the nick of time from News. A fraction of a second more of a delay, and that would not have come to pass.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe he wins that fight on top of it all. 6 HP and just not a single shot could be connected by JKS. I mean, JKS didn't really have to take that fight. Could have just waited around the corner a little bit longer, but decides that he wants to force the issue. And wow, what a shot from News. And just in the nick of time, I honestly thought it was done, but it wasn't. There was enough time. Half a second, perhaps even a third of a second left on that defusal, but it all pans out. Fluffy Aimers are back in this one, calling a timeout, probably to calm down the communications there and get everyone settled in for another round because this one's far from over. Still a 2-round lead for Liquid, and they've got enough money thanks to that bomb plant to fully buy up, but that is a coup by the Fluffy Aimers. And one thing for Liquid I appreciated as well is they looked at their utility and said, guys, we don't have any smokes left. We have to try and take this fight towards the B site. They do, and they get a couple of frags, because their only chance of getting to A without having much contention is if they go for a volley of bullets towards that B site and get some frags there so they can rotate around to an empty bomb site, because Fluffy Aimers will be forced to reinforce it. Anyway, I could talk around about that round for another 30 more seconds, but let's get into the action.
We got a new round. We got a new round, John. It's a beautiful thing about Counter-Strike. There's always more of it.
Which I love.
Doesn't let you rest for long. That's why we have desks. Break it down in more detail. But for now, we're in the active moment. And Brett, tucked here, pretty passive in mid, is going to be tested. Twists and Ultimate. 'Poking through into the red house. 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 'Poking through into the looking for an engagement. In this position, they've shown patience before. A willingness to wait. Yakindar is making noise in towards Donut. That might draw this rotation. Molotov doesn't spread, and Yakindar stirs himself up, but the trade is there.
Oh.
Now in towards A they go. News loss elsewhere. Might slow the rotations up and might actually keep the options open for Liquid. Oh, there's another one. Okay, now you're just going to go B. Naf's killed everybody. Congratulations, guys. You did a good move towards A. Got some space, but Naf, he's killed everybody else over on the B side. So, yeah, just go to Naf's site. Why not? This guy's a monster.
That was just supposed to be the lurk. That wasn't even supposed to be the main prong, but Naf says, okay, hold on, guys, I got this. Takes care of 2 players and almost gets that third too. Twist supporting to ensure that the frag comes to fruition, and Brett is left stranded on an island here by his lonesome. Liquid probably want to hunt because they are aware of the fact that Fluffy Aimers won't have that much money available to them, so the saved gun becomes very critical. But good on Liquid, honestly, and Naf in particular, just a phenomenal individual effort. Everything went well for them in that round.
So time is running out for the Fluffy Aimers. They got a decision to make as well. It's actually going to be Liquid who called the pause here. Fluffy Aimers probably grateful for the time. Slump's going to immediately go to the glass cannon op, so that tells me they're going all the way in. Brett could drop a rifle. Thomas as well if he wants to get some extra util up. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be great. So what do they do around this gun?
I mean, probably they could go for a hero op, but why? Why would you only invest in the op? Yeah, there we go. Was wondering for a moment.
Yeah, can't be half in, half out. This is
right.
This is your map life on the line. You're betting it all. Brett only drops. Actually, did he drop anything? Drops an MP9, I guess. Not as much of an investment as perhaps expected. Let's see if they can capitalize. Slump does. There's that op, paying off early on. He's taken out Naf on the other side as well, who has been such a nightmare for FA to deal with. Brett aggressive. That 1A4 showing its teeth. And this has been a great start for the Fluffy Aimers, though News will not live to see it further along. Molotov to force off the angle. Hoping that Marky will be flush into his crosshair. That's not to be. But he'll swing of his own volition off the back of a flashbang, and Ultimate will happily collect. Oh, Slump under pressure. Miss. The Molotov's got him. He's done. He's done. The big gun out of the round. It's up to Brett, and Brett can hold no further. Jason on the flank. Looking for an upgrade here, and he's got it. 30 bolts in the magazine, so no issues there. 2 targets to find. JKS. Isolating his angle and not missing. Map point found for Liquid. 4 chances to close.
Wow. I mean, great work from JKS and Ultimate. Dynamic duo in that round. All 5 frags coming from them. 2 critical ones from Ultimate and 3 from JKS. On the other side, Slump, you know, I mean, he's been up and down in this map, but that was a moment that he could have been a huge difference maker. Hitting that shot, maybe even re-peeking and finding the follow-up as well. Just getting one was so important in that situation, and couldn't get a single frag as the players were pushing up in his direction. So that is going to be a 12th round for Liquid. Last time out called for the Fluffy Aimers. Why not? I mean, it could be the final opportunity to even get it into play. And I mean, the buy-up won't be that great, Mike, because they invested in that previous round. I mean, yes, you have the M4 for Brett, but everyone else is going to be on SMGs or pistols. Not to say that's not serviceable, especially against Liquid that looked a little vulnerable against anti-ecos over the last couple of days. But yeah, this is a tough one. This is a tough ask for Fluffy Aimers. They were able to get into double digits yesterday, but I don't know if it's going to happen again today.
Jason. Jason has been overlooked. Jason has been overlooked. Let's go on board with Jason.
Oh my goodness.
He's got a huge opportunity. There's nothing.
What?
He's got nothing. Awareness from Twist, the snap around, read it in an instant. JKS is lost. That's going to funnel them in towards B. They've got to go. Most importantly, Naf has to make sure that bomb doesn't get lost because there's a flank on. Might accelerate things for Liquid, and with ultimate low, it's not ideal. But that could have been such a catastrophe. So huge play from Twists. The smoke pop catches out News. Oh, an attack on the Slump. Not going to find the frag, but he has given the op on over. Still Slump in the retake. This one's going to be tough. They don't have kits either. They do not have the kit. Time is ticking away. Grains of sand out of the hourglass, and it all falls to Marky. 1v3. So many to find. And it's Naf to put him away for his 25th kill. Liquid, a lot more comfortable in that second half of Ancient. A lot more comfortable this time around, John.
Oh, yeah, no question. I mean, in particular, in that situation where things felt like they were going to fall apart, yesterday they did. Every single time it felt like this
task, for sure. But we'll see if they can bring that magic. It does seem like we are going to take just a few more minutes to get into the server here, folks. So while we wait for that to happen... Oh, never mind. I spoke into existence. I was about to throw us to break, John, and they beat me to it.
We're into it.
We're all good. We're in.
Yeah. Mirage, the map that we'll be jumping into, guys, and on to the pistol round, something that Liquid have performed very well on here up against the Fluffy Aimers. I think they've only lost one pistol round over the 2 series they've played so far. I should say one pistol round over 3 maps of play against Fluffy Aimers. They're going to try and keep that at 1 as they go for a delayed execute onto B. I say delayed, actually, it's pretty fast. Jason's going to get the opener here, but Ultimate, the immediate trade. News still standing with Jason on this B site, but not for long. Ultimate's just blindsiding them. He's taken everyone down.
Why not? All right, go off. Let's see. On for the ace. Gonna be facing. That's where Slump is. Battling on in. One more needed. One more needed for that ace. You know they're gonna let him try. You know they're gonna let him try. Spotting it up. No! Yukindar will not let him try. Come on now. Good to secure the pistol round, but let the kid try an ace.
I think it gets a little bit scary, right, Mike? Especially on pistol rounds, things can flip around very quickly. So I don't know if it's worth giving that opportunity, because then what if Ultimate falls and there's a crazy flick and all of a sudden you're in a 1v1? But yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to see Ultimate get that ace for sure.
It's the
especially
clean 4K too. It's 400
Yeah.
DAR. No one else contributed. It was all headshots, all Ultimate. That's crazy.
Phenomenal. So Liquid stay almost flawless against Fluffy Aimers on pistol rounds. It's going to be 4 USPs and a P250 for Fluffy Aimers. Only that $300 of investment leads to an A stack. 1 player on Cat. It's News. Maybe something here. Naf making a little bit of noise in ladder room, so News going to poke his nose in that direction.
Hold on.
Slips
Hang
on
on.
further. Yeah, he could get one here for
Whoop.
sure. Yeah, there it
Oh.
is. Maybe a second? No. That's too tall of a task. Although Marky does get 1, it's just Brett in a 1v3 now.
I'll make it a little expensive. A
Yeah.
little expensive. Let's set up another ultimate multi-kill. And there you go. 3 players surviving. SMG's lost, perhaps, but nothing catastrophic. And your young offer is out to 342 ADR across 2 rounds. 4K and a 3K. Pads stats early,
ridiculous.
man.
Yeah. That's not going to last, of course.
Unless
Unless he gets 3 kills every round and does all the damage to all those players. Unlikely, but possible, but extremely unlikely. All right. Well, guns are up for the Fluffy Aimers. Slower pace to this round from Liquid, and Marky gets the opener onto Naf, just staying in the ladder room window, spotting him out from above, and dealing out most of the damage in that engagement. He's only down to 77 himself, and Liquid don't really have that much forward positioning at this point. They are going to try and throw a window smoke here. I think that one was good. Should be. There it is.
Should be indeed. They're not worried about jump binds. Just going to get better. Just going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Just another skill gap creator. Slump's tagged up. He's glass cannon. He'll basically a bullet will do it at this point. Be shredded through. Oh, going out ahead of the smoke and not checking. And now 2 players down for the count to the same angle. That is a bit of a blunder. And Marky will finish them off. There's just nothing doing. It falls to JKS. Damage matters. He takes some guns out of their hands. That is a difference maker, but only one can be found. And Fluffy AIMERS, that is a hell of a way to get on the board.
Yeah, I mean, just a non-starter round from Liquid. I mean, they tried to get up and close and personal towards that window, but Marky was in a perfect angle to deny. And after that, Jason, speaking of perfect angles, holding in jungle, Twist got a little over eager on the push out. They should have waited for the smoke. If they do, maybe Jason gets 1. If he gets 2 in that situation, it would have been crazy. But because he sees the first, and I think he even got visibility on the second, he just continues spamming after finding Twists and, well, gets that 2K, and after that, the round is pretty much done. Liquid on to a pistol buy up here for Tech 9s, and Kindar sticking on the Glock as they are saving up for the following round. Mid control has been gained.
Marky keeps that window excursion from being dangerous. Rebuffs the ultimate climb up. Wrap into the window now. They've gained this space, but there's no one else to hunt. They were hoping maybe a player would be isolated here, manage to drop that, get a rifle, fight forward. Without smokes, this A plan is tough, to say the least. There's palace control. There's a ticket player. It's a very good crossfire for Fluffy AIMERS. If the bomb's getting planted for Cat, I mean, this should be checked. Bomb planted out of it. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Hang on.
Whoa.
Hang on. This should never have been. They should have gotten this far. Should have gotten this far at all. Fluffy AIMERS had a great setup for it. But they couldn't execute. Now they are up against the ropes. Still have kits. Still can make this happen. But look at the rotation out from Naf. He's gone all the way around the world. He's only going to have a Tech 9 from that range to try and keep them off this bomb plant. But with it planted open, here comes the spam. It all falls to 1. News is off. The angle and the Tech 9 will be plenty. How have Liquid done that?
That was absurd. That's just JKS getting the first, and then the jumping Tech 9 headshot onto an unsuspecting Slump. Well, he was suspecting, just didn't figure that it would be a jumping shot that would end his life in that round. And afterwards, Naf connects with another Tech 9 frag to clear up the space to get the bomb plant. Actually, the bomb plant was already there, excuse me. It just cleared up the space to get a chance at winning the round, which is wild to think of given the way that one was playing out and the crossfire that the Fluffy AIMERS had in play. Liquid stealing one out from under Fluffy AIMERS, who will be forcing up into this round to try and pull it back, but man, oh man. And again, that was an eco round. They were just saving for the follow-up. Twist gets the opener here onto Marky, who took a step too far in towards top mid. Wow.
Wow, indeed.
I don't think Liquid won a round like that at all yesterday.
No. No. Got a couple of them today now. Makes life a lot easier when you get the pistol juice going. Flashbang. Not quite able to capitalize off of it. And actually, Liquid might be backing away, not wanting to get caught themselves. So for the Fluffy AIMERS, that was like half their utility. Gone. They have a single flashbang now. That is, it's not ideal, John.
No.
Not ideal here on Mirage. Double con setup. If they can catch somebody off guard, maybe there could be some legs to this round. First one found. second one eliminated. And that was your point of strength. Slip in towards the ramp from News maybe allows him to do something about this, but no, it's not to be. Slump should just be saving this gun. He's going to give it a look. This is ill-advised. He will catch the one, but it just won't make much of a difference.
Wow, yeah. Wow. Liquid just taking the reins here. Doing a great job. Shutting down the Fluffy Aimers on their force buy. Excellent work maneuvering in towards connector. And I mean, those two frags were clean. They didn't even get traded out at all with two players in their vicinity. That's easier said than done oftentimes. But Liquid will expand their lead to 3 and could be 4 here as the Fluffy Aimers are just going to upgrade their pistols with a tiny bit of util. 4 P250s and 2 flashbangs. Slump sticking with the USP because he wants to get that op get that op up and running, because it's going to be super important in this half if they want to get back into it for him to activate. Twists. Moving through connector. There's one onto Markey. Swings around a jungle. Makes it look easy. Of course it is, because it's an anti-eco. Brett, nothing. Tried to catch him off guard charging down cap, but it is an easy 5v2, and now 5v1.
It's a non-starter here. As another strong start for Liquid. Will keep on charging forward. These horses' hooves. Not slowing. I feel like I need to work more horse metaphors in about this team. I'm going to ponder that one.
Well, Fluffy Aimer's going to do some pondering too. Calling a timeout. Talking things over. How do they adjust after losing that anti-eco? That one really stung, and it feels like it's energized Liquid on the other side. You're going to see, you know, the double up. No double up setup. What am I saying? Seeing things here. It's going to be 4 M4s and the AWP for Slump. We already talked about Slump wanting to get that op up. I think you want to see him in window as soon as you can. Maybe even set up a nade pop to get rid of the smoke immediately that's thrown. But we'll see how Fluffy Aimers decide to play this one. Util, I mean, News hasn't bought up yet. I imagine he's going to soon. There's no reason not to. There we go. A little bit late, but there it is. And we'll see how they set up the AWP. We'll be into window. No smoke yet. Oh, no, smoke already thrown. Looks like they want to pop it. Slump has the nade out. And no, they pull off.
Here comes the motion. Someone's going to have to go back for this bomb. That might give an opportunity for Markey. At 15, Liquid seem a little frozen. Hoping for some sort of a play back in, hoping to get some sort of an edge. But as it is, eventually it will be Ultimate who has to go back to collect. And there's exactly what they were waiting for. Fluffy Aimers get nervous. They get anxious. They had the right read, but they wanted confirmation, and it will cost them. Information comes with a price. And News is left the only one remaining. That patience from Liquid pays off.
Yeah, no question. I mean, they waited for Fluffy Aimers to make a mistake, and they made 2 of them. One into window and one connector. Both players peeking out, and News is just ripe for the picking. Naf gets that one. 3K for him. He has awoken here on Mirage, which is terrible news for the Fluffy Aimers because they're already down 6-1, and now their economy will not afford them a full buy-up. It's going to have to be a half buy-up most coming through from them. And that's what they're going to choose. But Liquid are starting to really look quite good. I think the Fluffy Aimers should have gone for something a little more unique in that round. At least try for the smoke pop and get that early aggression into mid. But oh my goodness, Ultimate, if he's hitting shots like that, I guess it doesn't really matter what you do. Fluffy Aimers already down 5v4, and I think Liquid are going to ratchet up the pace in this one.
Looking like it might be. They're already out on towards A. Twists is pretty isolated here in mid. He's got a teammate for support. That should be all good. Eventually they'll have to go back for the bomb, but they could just, you know, kill everybody.
They might
first.
not. Yeah.
Seems to be more of the focus right at this particular moment. Ultimate will be sent on a fetch quest. Hey, new guy. New guy. Bring me a cup of coffee. Except the coffee is C4. Clean as a whistle. That's Liquid making a whole lot of noise here on Mirage. This is a far cry from yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
We saw them push, we saw them pressured, we saw this get very messy indeed. Here it's Liquid just running all over Fluffy Aimers.
I mean, believe it or not, this is the biggest lead Liquid has had over every map played so far in this qualifier. 6 rounds over the Fluffy Aimers. Even in the Legacy match, it didn't happen. So that is good news for them. Let's see if they can keep it rolling. Again, it feels like it's all been built up off that eco round victory. The confidence is just flowing, and you look at the deaths as well. Ultimately, NAF only died twice, and the most on the board are 4 and 8 rounds. They are cruising. Nade's going to land at the feet of Yukindar. He's down to 62 HP. News jumping up, looking for some information. Again, Liquid leaving the bomb behind in T-spawn as they're playing a default setup. The aggression from Fluffy Aimers. Ultimate will get traded out. Twist trying to capitalize potentially and find one back, and he absolutely does. And Neff sneaks in from underpass to clothesline Brett. News does manage to get one in his favor, but it's still a man advantage in favor of Team Liquid, although HP's a little light. JKS slipping onto the site. I think Marky might have seen him. No, he didn't. Marky's done, and it's all down to News.
It is. It is. He does have some chances, but JKS will give him nothing. Nothing. No edge, no opportunity. The money is obscene right now for Liquid. It tells the story of this map. There's going to be 0 issues for them basically through the rest of this half. And, well, at least for the Fluffy Aimers, that might be mercifully brief. There's only 3 more rounds of play here. They've been getting stomped on out. They've had some success on the partial buys before. They need it. They need it. They need some sort of a miracle to light their path back into this, because this is starting to feel a little said and done. That's a nice torch to light the way. Slump connects a deagle shot. Gets an AK off of it. Looking for more. Slump's got it. And here we go. They're not done just yet, John.
No, a chance here. A glimmer of hope for the Fluffy Aimers. Slump, a key piece to that success, and he still has that AK and slips into CT, so now he's tucked in. That's great news for Fluffy Aimers, as they have that 5v3 edge. I think the pistol's potentially vulnerable, but now Brett has managed to grab another AK. That makes the round even more promising for the Fluffy Aimers. Twist slipping into jungle, gets one. Excuse me, Yukindar gets one. Twist goes down to Brett, and now Ultimate and Yukindar continue to push up. They know a player's under balcony. That nade should finish the... Oh, excuse me, it doesn't finish the job because he missed through it. Oh, no!
It hit the step. That's so awkward. Now this gets so weird. Okay, first one found. Ultimate knows there's a player right below, but he's not prepared for news from the jungle. And here you go. That's the miracle they needed. That's the shot in the arm, the defibrillator on the chest to get that heart pumping again. And let the Fluffy Aimers know they don't just have to capitulate here. They can fight. They can brawl. They pressed Liquid on this map yesterday, and they'd like to do much the same.
Well, timeout going to be called here. Not only is that a fantastic round for them to find, but they bolster their economy immensely for these last, well, what'll be just last 2 rounds, but still, it's going to help them out in the follow-up should Liquid manage to find a round victory here. Or even if they don't find a round victory, if Fluffy Aimers lose all 5 players or 4 out of the 5, they'll be able to reinvest fairly comfortably. So, we go into it. Speaking of being comfortable, Liquid, their money is still absolutely absurd. They don't really have to even think about it. They're hoping to get back to their winning ways. That's just Slump taking the initiative, though, in that previous round, right? He goes in with the Deagle into Palace, finds the first, immediately upgrades to the AK, and then he's the one to swing around back towards Tetris to find the follow-up and shut down any advance towards that A site from Liquid.
It's why this kid's exciting, right?
Yes.
Obviously, the numbers say he's not having a great time here on Mirage. Hasn't necessarily had the most consistent success, but he's got that X factor. He's got that wow factor that you love to see in a young talent. Oh, But it's going to be Ultimate,
Speaking
who's
of
shown
which.
us oodles of
Yeah.
wow factor ever since joining this squad, who strikes first.
Wow. He has really been something else, honestly. Twists, the follow-up. 5v3 in favor of Liquid. That round will be all for naught unless the Fluffy Aimers can build something off it, and Marky will get 2. Yekindar does manage to get one back, and oh no, Marky dies in the Molotov. What a way for him to fall after a great performance, and News can't do anything else. Mike Naff will put him to rest. 9-2 in favor of Liquid.
The immediate answer.
Yeah.
It's like Fluffy Aimers have been getting a swirly, and they managed to just drag their head out. Bam! Liquid, the school bully, shoving them right back into it. Can't get a breath here. Can't catch a break. One more round! And at least maybe they can get the swap going. Nice tag early
It's just
for the Tomahawk. Coming down to chop away at the remaining Fluffy Aimers players.
bullying them.
All right, Ultimate out of play. Here we go. Slump, only the 1, and it falls to Brett. No health. His position known. Time at least, but Naff's gun to find him, and we got double digits for Liquid at the half. Back into the half, and this one could be brief. Team Liquid running all over the Fluffy Aimers, and if they can secure another pistol, this could be all but done. Liquid looking for a rematch against Legacy, and the Fluffy Aimers just trying to hang on for dear life.
Yeah, and I mean, Liquid really do want that rematch because they got to right some wrongs against that Legacy squad. They looked rough yesterday, and it feels like they finally found their rhythm in such a convincing way against the Fluffy Aimers. Again, their pistol rounds have been phenomenal against this squad. It has to change for Fluffy Aimers if they have a hope of coming out with victory here. And there we go. One frag through. Naf kind of isolated here, and he's also gone. Marky delivering that one. Bomb plant will come through, Mike.
Oh, boy. And Jason even catching one of the peripheries, so now they can't deal with the retake until they've dealt with the flank, and that will prove too much to bear. 3 nice kills for Jason, and it is the Fluffy Aimers to give themselves a chance. Just need a chance, John.
Just a chance. Just an opportunity to show what they've got here, but it's still a 7-round lead for Liquid, and I think there's no reason to push the panic button on a 4-spy here if you're Liquid, and they absolutely will not. They're just going to stick with the USPs. Did see a little bit of money. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or not, because that would indicate if $200 was spent that for 2 players, some flashbangs would be out, but or something. I don't know. Probably a glitch. Or they were already thrown. I don't know what's happening. I'm getting lost with that UI, but it doesn't really matter. Jason is going to be charging up here. Marky and Brett moving their way through. And there's a nice smoke pop. Jason, the opener. Brett and Jason taking a lot of damage, though, in that, but it probably won't matter. This should be an easy round. Unless, Ultimate, the Zeus frag onto News.
What?
He's got an AK.
He's got an AK. Heck yeah. Love to be on board for that, but he will be loving it. Now if it's a Zeus on the other side of the map, but if they go on market, well, not really going to be the gun for the situation. He's just realized it. Maybe I don't actually want to try and Zeus these market players. If he catches Jason actually isolated very low as well. There's 2 Zeus kills in the round.
It was the Zeuses that were bought up.
He hears the player. Oh, no. Can't get it done. Can't get it done. A little too far away. He is no Zeus expert. All right, now Ultimate's Zeus is surely reloaded at this point, so put that AK away and get the good gun out.
Yes, that's the key, Mike, to the 1v4. Charging out with a Zeus in your hand. Harnessing the power of lightning. Maybe if you could shoot it further, like a lightning bolt, toss it like a projectile.
Yeah?
That'd be
D&D now?
That'd be effective. Yeah.
Lightning bolt! I don't know if he has enough mana for that one, though.
Just going to save the AK, which is the right play, of course, since they're walking into a buy. What's that?
He's out of spell slots. No chain lightning. I mean, the AK is huge.
Yeah.
That is really nice. It's also going to allow him to save some money forward, so if this gun run doesn't go right, the op may come out sooner rather than later. Let's see. What's going to cook? They're getting aggressive in towards mid. Ultimate burning to go for that underpass check, but in the meantime, Tikindar with a cheeky bit of space around this smoke. When it fades, he could be in trouble. Actually, the spam to harass. He's out of there. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Liquid will concede the mid 4. That's well done for the Fluffy Aimers. Even without the kills, they've gained the space. But there's more work to do. Whoa! And Marky won't be able to do it.
Wow.
Jason down as well. There's a player up in con, though. Slump has gained so much more ground than they thought.
Ultimate. Yep, Ultimate was right there, Mike, to respond. Slump goes down, News as well, and what looked promising for a moment for the Fluffy Aimers has quickly slipped right on through their fingers. Brett can't hang on to anything either. JKS will finish that, and Liquid are right back to their winning ways. No more room for error for the Fluffy Aimers because it's 11-4.
Well, theoretically, one more room for error. One.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the full investment. This is going to be everything bought in, so it's going to be slim. You don't want to be playing for 8 rounds into OT. Got to do it now. Aggression top mid again. This time it's ultimate sent forward and an op on the other side.
What?
Oh boy, what a shot from ultimate. The walkout ramp, though, that's found success. JKS down for the count. The jungle player. Twist trying to hold the line. He's got to be wary. He needs teammates with him. He's paid the penalty. Ultimate and Yukindar coming back in. The mid Guardians keep this one under control.
Oh, hold on.
Though finds one. And so Yukindar's low. This could be on. Clutch potential for sure. The bomb has been found. Why, he just gave up a footstep, I think. He did! But was ready for this. Ultimate on the angle. Jason backing away. If he just leaves. He's faking it.
He wants the
Faking
fight.
the bailout. Wants the fight. Wants the action!
Oh.
And he's not ready for what Ultimate's bringing to bear.
Oh, Ultimate's just too good right now on a Mirage for the Fluffy Aimers. 17 frags, 3 in that round, and I mean, honestly, it probably would have been a better idea just to go to that B site, try to get the bomb plant, help your economy out a little bit, because the bomb plant was almost a sure thing if he backs off and runs to the B site. Instead, now the Fluffy Aimers don't have that extra $600. It will cost them a decent chunk of utility, not to mention the firepower is so very weak. Only 1 rifle, 4 pistols for your life here in the close qualifier if you're the Fluffy Aimers. Oh my goodness. Well, an opening frag delivered from that lone rifle thanks to Marky. Still, it's going to be difficult for them to find a path forward towards victory in this round. Not to mention, they'll need another 7 in a row afterwards. Naf is going to get 1 and a second, but Slump does get the trade, and Marky finds himself another one. Okay, hold on a moment.
Holding on. I'm holding on, and so are the Fluffy Aimers. This player in a window. When does he strike? When does he make his move? There's Marky. Uh-oh. Now Twist is wondering how on earth he can even be expected to attempt this, so he's just going to try and save. He'll back away. Keep this 1 rifle going forward. And the Fluffy Aimers, they're not done. They're not done just yet. Still, it is a monstrously long road. It's a marathon. But the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And maybe, just maybe, the Fluffy Aimers have been watching pimp content, so they're ready. Marathon, Iron Man, bike race, running a 5K in a suit. What can't that guy do?
I think we've yet to find out. The Aimers trying to prove that they can be just as resilient, but it will take, as you were alluding to, 7 rounds in a row now for them to pull it off. Not to mention, Liquid have another buy up in the tank, so it's not going to be an easy one, even though, of course, there are still a few limitations, or a couple limitations, I should say. 2 pistols, the CZ and the Deagle on the Liquid side. They do have Ultimate, the key piece, with the AWP in his hands, and that could be all they need to find their path to a 13th round here.
So this mid-skirmish hasn't really drawn blood either which way. Liquid not quite with the weaponry to contest, but they've thrown a bits of utility, and that has drawn a lot of focus. The ops in the right spot. They seem to be taking this towards B. Not confirmed. They still have the presence in con. Could call the cancel, but... Oh, D shot on. Looking for more. They still don't know about the AWP. There it is, but can't connect. Splits the difference. Now it is just Naf with this Deagle. Trying to stay alive, trying to hold them up, but Twists! Oh, in the nick of time, drops the bomb. It's all in chaos now. It might all be over. It falls to Marky. His teammates gone by the wayside, trying to keep the Fluffy Aimers alive here. And Twist tucked in by the shelf. Might just be bringing a stocked up victory to them. 16 health for Marky. He's by the register, but they've stacked up on the E-box. 2 players here Will he be prepared? No way. No chance. No how. Liquid in full command there on Mirage. No wavering. No problems. Just domination from start to finish.
That was a beautiful showing from Liquid. Absolutely. What we expected from them at the beginning of the qualifier took a little while to shake off the online rust, let's say.